Yeah, hello students, and today in this lecture we are going to start about cancer. First we will be learning what are cancer cell, then how cancer cells are different from normal cells, what are the molecular genetics of cancer cell, how a cell after undergoing certain mutation become a cancer cell, types of tumor, what are the different causes of cancer, what are the different types of cancer, how cancer is diagnosed, and eventually what are the possible treatment of cancer. So first let us start the definition of cancer. It is defined as uncontrolled, abnormal, I will start abnormal, uncontrolled proliferation of cell we can mention that excessive mitosis, excessive, abnormal, uncontrolled, excessive mitosis. So abnormal, uncontrolled proliferation of cell which invade and destroys the nearby tissue, and which invade and destroys the nearby tissue, that property of cell is referred as to cancer. So in the simplest definition, a uncontrolled proliferation of cell, and cells are not differentiated, uncontrolled proliferation of undifferentiated cell is referred as to cancer, or we can say it is uncontrolled proliferation of undifferentiated cells. Remember, cancer cells are undifferentiated. All right, going little bit about basics, the biology which deal with the science of cancer, the science of the branch of science which deal with the study of cancer, we call that oncology. So oncology is the branch of science which is dealing with the study of cancer, or those specialists which used to treat cancer, which used to control the proliferation of cancer cell, they are referred as to oncologist. And all the agents which has been causing cancer are known as, if they are genes we call that oncogenes, if they are virus we call that oncovirus, or cancer causing agents are also known as carcinogens. Because the cancer cell acquire the shape of a crab, cancer, the word cancer has been derived from the crab because the shape is like an crab there. So what you learn, a abnormal uncontrolled proliferation of cell or excessive mitosis which invade and destroy the nearby tissue is referred as to cancer. Whatever that unwanted mass of cell is formed, we call that tumor. I will be defining that ahead. Or cancer could be simply defined as uncontrolled proliferation of undifferentiated cell. If I tell you the definition of tumor, it's a mass of unwanted, which is not required by the body anymore, and undifferentiated, unwanted and undifferentiated cells. We also call that neoplasm. So neoplasm or tumor is a mass of unwanted and undifferentiated cells. Is that clear? So first we will be learning how a normal cell is different from cancer cell. You know, in order to acquire the cancer's property, in order to become a cancer, a cell need to undergo very precise mutation. It is not very easy to get cancer. A mass of unwanted cell which we call tumor, I will be telling you a tumor which is not cancerous. We will be learning about benign tumor and malignant tumor, and only malignant tumor are referred as to cancers, benign tumors are not referred as to cancers. So let us discuss how a normal cell is different from cancer cell. How a normal cell is different from cancer cell. Alright, what happened in normal cell? First let me tell you this, and how that normal cell is going to transform into cancer cell. We will be learning that later on. See, if let's say this is cell here and I am saying that's a normal cell. I am saying that's a normal cell. This normal cell would be obeying all the cell signals. All the cell signals which has been coming from nucleus of different cell, it would be perceiving that very well. This normal cell is dependent on some extracellular growth factor. It is dependent on extracellular growth factors. When these growth factors are received, only that normal cell can be surviving. This normal cell is precise to its micro environment only. It is not going to the environment of other cell. It is not overlapping on other cell. So for example, this normal cell is having certain neighbors here as well. There is another neighbor, and obviously that neighbor is normal cell. This second normal cell, that's third normal cell. This is fourth normal cell, and so on. So a normal cell is only confined in its micro environment only. The boundaries is not invading in the nearby cell. The boundaries of a normal cell is not invading in the nearby cell. So a normal cell is under the control of cell signaling. It is following all the cell signals. It is require external growth factor for its survival. It is not overlapping on nearby cells. It is having a perfect nucleus. It is having normal number of lysosomes, normal number of mitochondrial cristae, and all cellular organelles. What happened to a cancer cell, and how this cancer cell is different from normal cell? How cancer cell is different from normal cell? Now let us take this condition like this. This is normal cell here, and this is a cell here, and this cell likewise is also surrounded by some other cells like this. These are some other cells which are surrounding that normal cell. Is that clear? Okay. Now what would happen? Let's say this cell become, okay, the property of a normal cell which does not allow it to swipe over the nearby cell, to grow over the nearby cell, is referred as to contact inhibition. Due to the contact of nearby cells, the overgrowth of that cell is inhibited. Due to contact of nearby cell, this cell is not overgrowing in the area. What that property is known as contact inhibition. This cancer cell has lost the property of contact inhibition. There is no contact inhibition there. So this cancer cell, it would be overlapping the nearby cell like this. After being cancerous, it would be coming like this, and by that overlapping, it would be destroying the nearby tissues. As I told you in the definition, it would be destroying the nearby tissues as well. So first, a normal cell is having a property of contact inhibition. The cancer cell lost the property of contact inhibition first. It do not respond to cellular signals, respond to cell signals. For example, nearby cells are giving a message to stop. There are certain cytokines which are coming to stop the proliferation of cell, and it is not responding to that cell. This cell is not responding to that message. It is not responding to cellular signal. The third way to stop the overgrowth is to cut all the growth factor. Nearby cell stop giving growth factor to this cell, believing that this cell would die. But problem with cancer cell is that they do not require external growth factor. They do not require external growth factor, right? This cancer cell is having abnormally large nucleus, abundant of lysosomes, fewer mitochondrial cristae, fever, mitochondrial cristae, and abnormal shape. So if you have been asked a question, how cancer cells are different from normal cell? So a cancer cell has lost the property of contact inhibition, does not respond to cellular signals, do not require external growth factor, have abundance of lysosomes, abnormally large nucleus, and fewer mitochondrial cristae. Also, a cancer cell is having a property. This cancer cell can invade the nearby tissue and it can destroy the nearby tissue. They can detach from here and via blood circulation or lymphatic circulation. These cancer cells, they can detach from here and via blood circulation or lymphatic circulation, they can migrate to other places as well. They can migrate to other places as well. The property, the most fearable property of cancer cell is to change its site, and that property is known as metagenesis. They show that property is known as metastasis. They shows metastasis. And what is metastasis? Metastasis, meta माने change, stasis माने position. Cancer cell can invade nearby tissue and via blood or lymph, it can migrate to other locations as well. So you got the concept of metastasis. मेटास्टेसिस का मतलब होता है जब कोई भी कैंसर सेल अपनी जगह से दूसरी जगह माइग्रेट कर सके. तो द मोस्ट फियर्ड प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ कैंसर सेल इज मेटास्टेसिस. द मोस्ट फियर्ड प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ कैंसर सेल इज मेटास्टेसिस. तो दो प्रॉपर्टी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, लॉस ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट इनहिबिशन एंड मेटास्टेसिस, ही याद रख लेंगे. So how a cancer cell is different from normal cell? Normal cell do not undergo metastasis. See, normal cells are designed to survive in a micro-anatomical environment only. If my liver cells are surviving here, if I cut my liver cell and put it in my brain, there would not be a mini liver there. But cancer cell do not require cell signal, cancer cell do not require growth factor, and they can grow everywhere. So I hope the difference between normal cell and cancer cells are clear and you can easily explain and you can easily solve the questions. I again repeat in the list of series, loss of contact inhibition shows metastasis, abnormal nucleus, lysosomes, invasion, fewer mitochondrial cristae, and last but not the least, do not require growth factor and they do not respond to cellular signals. आगे चल के पढ़ेंगे what are these cell signal, I will be telling you that. So I have discussed what is cancer and how cancer cells are different from normal cells. I hope that is clear here. एक और छोटा सा डायग्राम से बता दूं मेटास्टेसिस क्या होता है. Let me explain metastasis by a very small diagram, right? That would be helping you. If I explain metastasis here, see, this is a mass of tissue, that's your basement membrane, and over basement membrane there are normal tissues which has been surviving. Over basement membrane normal tissues has been normal epithelial cell, obviously that is stratified here, they have been surviving. This is a mass of normal cells here, and this is basement membrane. What happen, for example, in a piece of tissue there is some defect here, a piece of tissue become cancerous. Again this basement membrane and this piece of tissue, this is the piece of tissue which become cancerous. Let's say this piece of tissue is becoming cancerous here, and it would be surrounded by normal cells. Likewise it would be surrounded by normal cells here. That's easy to understand. If that piece of tissue is confined to this particular part only, if this defected mass of cell is confined to this particular part only, what would be the result? We don't call it cancer, we call it tumor. I will be telling you. आई एम टेलिंग यू मेटास्टेसिस. तो A condition, B condition. Later on, this piece of tissue, what would be beyond this epithelial tissue, obviously connective tissue. Later on, in the next stage, this piece of tissue become invasive and start invading in the connective tissue, and via blood or lymph, this piece of tissue, some of the piece of tissue detaches from here and it migrates to other part of body. Some part of tissue would be left behind here and it migrates to other part of body, and at other part of body it has been affecting the normal cell. At other part of body it has been affecting these normal cells. This hair is known as secondary growth. This hair is known as secondary growth or secondary tumor. It was, let's say, primary tumor, and the process by which this primary tumor dislocate, become invasive and transferred to the other site, this property is known as metastasis. So what is metastasis? When a defected mass of cell from its original location get translocated on the other side of body via blood and lymph, that property is known as metastasis. Meta stand for change and stasis stand for position. Is that clear? Okay, now let us discuss what are the different type of tumor, what is benign tumor and what is malignant tumor. Then we will be going in the molecular biology of cancer. Types of tumor, there are basically two type of tumor. One is benign tumor, and benign tumor are normally considered as non-cancerous. And second is malignant tumor, and malignant tumor are the real cancer thing. तो benign tumor क्या होते हैं बेटा? These are the mass of defected cell which has been restricted to a particular part, and it is normally regarded as non-cancerous. इनकी ग्रोथ भी स्लो होती है और इतना ज़्यादा डैमेज नहीं करते हैं, जबकि वो मास ऑफ ट्यूमर which become showing metastasis, which become invasive and start transforming from one side to other side, that mass of tumor is known as malignant tumor. Initial growth of malignant tumor is very slow, but later on it grows very quickly. I repeat, initial growth is slow, but later on it grows quickly and it result in mass destruction. And it is commonly referred as to cancerous tumor. तो malignant tumor वो होता है जिस ट्यूमर के अंदर मेटास्टेसिस हो जाता है, जो इन्वेजिव हो जाता है, जो एक पार्ट से दूसरे पार्ट में वाया ब्लड एंड लिम्फ सर्कुलेट हो रहा है, वो क्विकली ग्रो करता है. सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ उसकी क्विक होती है, प्राइमरी ग्रोथ इज स्लो, एंड दैट इज मोर डेंजरस, दैट इज मोर डिस्ट्रक्टिंग. जबकि जो आपके पास बेनाइन ट्यूमर होता है, इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज नॉन कैंसर, and that is a particular mass of defected cell which are confined, which are restricted to a particular area only. Is that clear? All right, next let us start little bit about the cancer biology, molecular biology of cancer, and then we will be coming back to our types of cancer and causes of cancer. So before really starting the causes of cancer, let me tell you how cancer occur in a cell. And it is a cell need to work very very hard in a very precise way in order to become cancers. So molecular biology of cancer. Before starting the molecular biology of cancer, let me tell you about two type of mutation. Mutation can be simply defined as a sudden inheritable genetic change. For example, this is a cell here and this cell undergoes certain DNA damage, genetic change, and this DNA damage is so large that the cell dies. This is not mutation, to be exact. A sudden inheritable genetic change in the genetic makeup is referred as to mutation. Mutation could be gain of function or mutation could be loss of function. Mutation could be gain of function or mutation could be loss of function. Gain of function means the expression of a particular gene due to this mutation has been increased. Gain of function means the expression of a particular gene due to this mutation has been increased, and loss of function means due to mutation the expression of the gene is suppressed. Loss of function, product of the gene is not formed, and gain of function, a lot of product has been formed. Why I am telling you this? Like in the mutation category of cancer gene, I will be telling you either there is a loss of function or there is a gain of function. There can be two mutation, either the function of gene could be enhanced several fold or the gene can lose its function. Is that clear? Alright, let us start. There is a box of gene. There is a box of gene here, and let's call that box of gene as proto-oncogene. Let's call that box of gene as proto-oncogenes. Proto-oncogenes are a group of genes which normally make a product that control cellular division, cellular multiplication or cellular survival. See, if there is a piece of tissue here, this is piece of tissue of my skin and these are normal skin cell here, and due to some abrasion, due to some injury, some of the skin cell has been lost. Now what would happen? This gene would start sending a message. This gene would start sending a message to those genes which has been regulating the cell division cycle. To those genes which has been regulating the cell division cycle. And this gene would be sending a positive signal to increase the cellular division, And what would happen? The cellular division in my skin increases and again I am getting my normal cells back. This division is very precise. ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा कि after the injury there are so much cells which has been present like this. So it simply means there is another set of box. अगर आपके पास abnormal mass of cell बन गया, so this abnormal mass of cell would be regarded as tumor. This abnormal mass of cell would be regarded as tumor. There is another box of genes. There is another box of gene which is referred as to tumor suppressor gene. And when this gene expresses its product, this gene expresses its product, the cell division is stopped. So a normal cell is having precise cell signaling and precise gene expression. Whenever a particular mass of tissue required cellular division or whenever cell need to divide, there is a box of gene which start expressing some molecule. That box of gene is known as proto-oncogene. So in normal cell, what is the function of proto-oncogene? They control cellular division and cellular growth. When there are signals coming from this gene, there is cellular growth. When there are signals coming from this gene, there is stoppage of the cellular growth. That is the story of normal cell. In a cancer cell, what happens? There is a mutation in this gene. And mutation could be of two types. If there is a mutation and there is loss of function, what would be the effect? The signal for the cellular division would not be coming. Can there would be a formation of tumor? Answer is no. So if there is a loss of function in proto-oncogene, that cell would not become cancerous. So in proto-oncogene there should be a mutation. After mutation, that proto-oncogene become oncogenes. After mutation, the proto-oncogenes are referred as to oncogene. And what kind of mutation it should be? It should be a gain of function. That is like accelerator. When these accelerators are pressed, the car would be moving very fast. Similarly, when these accelerators are pressed, cell would be dividing very fast. So there should be a mutation in proto-oncogene, and what kind of mutation it should be? It should be very precise and it should be a gain of function. So mutation, gain of function. If there was a loss of function, there is no cancer there. Is that clear? Now let's say there is a gain of function mutation here, but this gene is expressing very good. This gene expressing normally. What would happen? ये ज़्यादा सिग्नल भेज रहा है सेल डिवीजन के लिए, बट ब्रेक्स आर द मॉलिकुलर ब्रेक्स. इफ दिस वाज मॉलिकुलर एक्सीलरेटर, दैट इज मॉलिकुलर ब्रेक्स. द मॉलिकुलर ब्रेक्स आर वर्किंग वेरी परफेक्टली. क्या सेल ट्यूमर बनाएगा? आंसर इज नो. द मॉलिकुलर ब्रेक्स आर वर्किंग वेरी परफेक्टली. द ट्यूमर सप्रेसर जीन इज वर्किंग वेरी परफेक्टली. क्या सेल डिवीजन एबनॉर्मल हो पाएगा? आंसर इज नो. सो देयर शुड बी ए म्यूटेशन हेयर एज वेल. देयर शुड बी ए म्यूटेशन हेयर एज वेल. सिर्फ इसके अंदर म्यूटेशन होने से कैंसर नहीं होगा. There should be mutation here as well, and let's say this mutation is also a gain of function. Let's say this mutation is also a gain of function. क्या होगा भाई? मॉलिकुलर एक्सीलरेटर गलत काम कर रहे हैं, बट ब्रेक्स सुपर एक्टिव होके काम कर रहे हैं. क्या कैंसर हो पाएगा? आंसर इज नो. अगर इस जीन का एक्सप्रेशन ज़्यादा हो गया तो सेल डिवीजन फिर भी कंट्रोल्ड रहेगा. जब भी इस जीन के प्रोडक्ट आएंगे, जो इस जीन का प्रोडक्ट है, लेट्स से ए इज द प्रोडक्ट, वो इन प्रोडक्ट को एक्ट नहीं करने देगा, बिकॉज दिस जीन इज सुपर एक्सप्रेस नाउ. सो इफ देयर इज ए म्यूटेशन एंड बोथ द जीन्स आर हैविंग गेन ऑफ फंक्शन, देयर वुड बी नो कैंसर. सो द म्यूटेशन शुड बी देयर एंड इट शुड बी इन ए वेरी प्रिसाइज वे दैट देयर इज ए gain of function in proto-oncogene and there is a loss of function. There is a loss of function in tumor suppressor gene. There is a loss of function in tumor suppressor gene. So molecular accelerators are always on. Molecular brakes are always destroyed. It could be a cancer cell. Now it could be a cancer cell. It is not cancer cell yet. It could be a cancer cell. Do you know every day in our cell there are more than 10,000 of DNA damage which are successfully repaired, and there is a normal box of gene, a very effective box of gene. One of the gene is p53 gene, and that box of gene is also known as guardian of genome, and we will be referring it here as DNA repair gene. There is another box of gene in this cell which is referred as to DNA repair gene. DNA repair gene. It's like see, our cell has been designed by the most greatest power, and they have been designed in such a beautiful way. If there is a mutation here in this gene, there is a mutation here in this gene, still the cell is able to repair all the mutation, and that particular gene is known as DNA repair gene. Let's call that it is the guardian of genome, or let's call that p53 gene. So what p53 gene do? That it used to repair all the mutation in the cell. As I am telling you, this is a car. Let's say you are having a car and that is the most costly car of this world, and that car is having accelerator, and due to certain problem accelerators are turned on, they have been having maximum speed. That car is having very good brakes, but due to certain problem brakes are failed. Now what is the third feature of car? When accelerators are permanently on, brakes are failed, there is a natural toolbox in the car which get start repairing all the failing of brake and all the failing of accelerator, and that toolbox is referred as to DNA repair gene. If you want to make this car very nasty, what kind of mutation should be there? Let's say if there is a gain of function here, if there is a gain of function in the toolbox, what would happen? All the mutation would be successfully repaired. So there should be a mutation here as well, and that mutation should be very precise. There should be a loss of function. There should be a loss of function in this gene. Every day my cells are getting mutation. If they are not in a precise way, there would be no cancer. All the mutations are having gain of function. Cancer hoga? Answer is no. All the mutations are having loss of function. Cancer hoga? Answer is no. It should be very precise. It should be like proto-oncogenes are having a gain of function, tumor suppressor gene is having a loss of function, and DNA repair gene, the toolbox, is also damaged, it is not working. There should be a loss of function here. Now the car become very nasty and it is running on the road of city and it is going to strike everything. But still God is so wise. The manufacturer of this car is also having certain more technique in the car. What are these? Let me tell you. In our cell, there is another gene. I will be telling you about two genes here. I will be now telling you about two genes here. There are two more genes. You know what is apoptosis? What is apoptosis? Apoptosis is programmed cell death. Apoptosis is programmed cell death. So there is a gene which I am going to name as anti-apoptotic gene. Anti-apoptotic gene, which does not allow cell to die. The product of these genes keep the cell survived. And this other gene here, he is not very good by his face as well. He look very nasty. That's a sign of danger, I guess. And what is the name of this gene? It is apoptotic gene. It is apoptotic gene. All the cells are having normal lifespan, if you remember. Even the fibroblast cell, if you are culturing fibroblast cell and you are giving them the world class best nutrient, they can even divide only 50 times. You cannot keep a cell in your culture for the lifelong. Every cell is having a definite lifespan, a definite number of multiplication. We will be learning why. Anti-apoptotic gene, it keep the cell survival, it keep cell surviving, and apoptotic gene, it is meant for programmed cell death. There should be mutations in the gene as well. For example, these both things are having, this gene is having a gain of function mutation. पहले पढ़ते हैं, if this gene is having a loss of function mutation. Loss of function mutation अगर हो गया और जीन के अंदर गेन ऑफ फंक्शन म्यूटेशन हो गया तो क्या प्रोडक्ट निकलेंगे? सेल एपोप्टोसिस तेज हो जाएगा और जो जीन सेल को सर्वाइव करने वाला था वो जीन बंद हो जाएगा. तो क्या सेल सर्वाइव कर पाएगी? आंसर इज नो. तो कुछ ऐसा कार को डिज़ाइन किया है कि भाई जब उसके एक्सीलेटर परमानेंटली ऑन हो जाए, ब्रेक्स फेल हो जाए, रिपेयर सिस्टम भी काम ना करे तो कार ऑटो डिस्ट्रक्शन हो जाए, कार के अंदर ऑटो डिस्ट्रक्शन हो जाए. तो अगर कार के अंदर ऑटो डिस्ट्रक्शन एपोप्टोटिक जीन काम करता है नॉर्मली तो भी ठीक है, इसमें गेन ऑफ फंक्शन हो गया तो भी ये काम करता रहेगा, मतलब सेल इतना नास्टी नहीं होगा. इसके अंदर गेन ऑफ फंक्शन हो गया तो फिर सारी की सारी कंडीशन कंट्रोल आ जाएगी. टू बिकम कैंसर्स, हाउ इट शुड बी लाइक? टू बिकम कैंसर्स, हाउ इट शुड बी लाइक? देयर मस्ट बी ए लॉस ऑफ फंक्शन. देयर मस्ट बी ए लॉस ऑफ फंक्शन in the apoptotic gene and there must be a gain of function in the anti-apoptotic gene. Cell become immortal now, right? The cell is not going to die. The apoptotic gene has been having a loss of function and those genes which were keeping cell survived, they are making that survive for a longer time. Almost immortal, almost, not completely. So for example, the first mutation was perfect, gain of function, second mutation loss of function, third mutation loss of function, fourth mutation gain of function, and fifth mutation is also gain of function. There would be no cancers. So mutation should be in that series. The story is not over yet. 5 genes we are discussed. Now coming on the most important gene, जिसके बारे में पिछले 3 साल में 2 बार क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है और उसको समझाने के लिए सब चीज़ें बता रहा हूँ. Next, see what happen during cellular division. Every time a cell divide, it lose some part of DNA from its telomeric end. For example, this is a normal cell. This is normal cell and that's a normal chromosome here. Once this cell is dividing, in the daughter cell, some of the chromosome would be lost from the telomeric end. It would be like this. Again it divide, some of the chromosome would again lost from the telomeric end. Let's say after 50 division it become like this. That much amount of DNA has been lost from the telomeric end, it cannot duplicate itself. That is the completion of division. अब इसके बाद डिवीजन नहीं हो पाएंगे. तो अभी मैं आपको क्या बता रहा हूँ कि जब भी कोई सेल डिवाइड करता है वो अपने टेलोमेरिक एंड से कुछ अमाउंट ऑफ डीएनए लॉस्ट कर देता है. जब भी कोई सेल डिवाइड करता है तो अपने टेलोमेरिक एंड से कुछ अमाउंट ऑफ डीएनए लॉस्ट करता है. वो सेल जिनके डिवीजन ज़्यादा होते हैं, लॉस्ट अमाउंट ऑफ डीएनए कुड बी रिगेन्ड बाय द एक्टिविटी ऑफ एंजाइम एंड दैट एंजाइम इज नोन एज टेलोमरेज. लॉस्ट अमाउंट ऑफ डीएनए इज कैन बी रिगेन्ड बाय द एक्टिविटी ऑफ एंजाइम एंड दैट एंजाइम इज नोन एज टेलोमरेज. और अगर टेलोमरेज सही काम कर रहा है तो ज़्यादा मल्टीप्लिकेशन होंगे. पर अगर टेलोमरेज के अंदर गेन ऑफ फंक्शन हो जाए, अगर टेलोमरेज एंजाइम के अंदर गेन ऑफ फंक्शन हो जाए तो जो भी अमाउंट ऑफ डीएनए लॉस्ट हुआ था आफ्टर डिवीजन, दैट अमाउंट ऑफ डीएनए इज रिगेन्ड. एपोप्टोसिस नहीं हो रहा है, लॉस ऑफ डीएनए नहीं हो रहा है. नाउ रियली दिस सेल बिकम इमोर्टल. नाउ रियली दिस सेल बिकम इमोर्टल. तो नेक्स्ट टाइप ऑफ म्यूटेशन, the sixth mutation should be like this. Next box of gene I am going to make here. There is a box of gene which we call telomerase gene. We call that telomerase gene, and the product of that gene is telomerase enzyme. The product of that gene is telomerase enzyme, and there is a gain of function ऑफ टेलोमरेज जीन एक्टिविटी इन ए कैंसर सेल. तो कुछ ऐसा था, कार के एक्सीलेटर फेल ऑन हो गए, एक्सीलेटर फेल हो गया है, रिपेयर टूल बॉक्स काम नहीं कर रहा है, जो भी सेल डिस्ट्रक्शन था वो ख़त्म हो गया. तो एक आखिरी उम्मीद थी कि कार के अंदर कभी तो फ्यूल ख़त्म होगा, और जब फ्यूल ख़त्म होगा तो वो जो भी परेशानी है वो ख़त्म हो जाएगी. बट उसने क्या किया कि टेलोमरेज जीन उसने ऑटो वो कार जो है आपका लेट से हवा से चलने लगी. मैं सनलाइट यूज़ नहीं करूँगा वरना रात को तो डिस्चार्ज हो ही जाता. इट स्टार्ट यूजिंग एयर. तो टेलोमरेज जीन का जो एक्टिविटी होता है इट इज़ इंक्रीज्ड, ग्रेटली इंक्रीज्ड इन कैंसर सेल. दिस पॉइंट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड इन ऑर्डर टू एक्सप्लेन दिस पॉइंट ये सब चीज़ें बताई गई हैं. और 2017 में भी क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था अबाउट दिस. सो इन ए कैंसर सेल इज हैविंग इंक्रीज टेलोमरेज एक्टिविटी. तो अभी जब ये सारे म्यूटेशन हो जाएंगे इस सीक्वेंस में तो कोई भी सेल ट्यूमर फॉर्मेशन करना शुरू कर देगा. एक ऐसा ट्यूमर जिसको ग्रोथ फैक्टर की ज़रूरत नहीं है, जो सेल सिग्नलिंग मॉलिक्यूल को रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहा होगा और अनकंट्रोलेबली एक्सेसिव माइटोसिस कर रहा होगा. अभी तक ये मैलिग्नेंट नहीं हुआ है. इन ऑर्डर टू बिकम मैलिग्नेंट दिस देयर शुड बी ए म्यूटेशन इन ए जीन which is going to form blood vessels. Which gene it is? What is the formation of blood vessel? Angiogenesis is the formation of blood vessel. और एंजियोजेनेसिस में क्या होगा, अगर गेन ऑफ फंक्शन आ गया इस जीन के अंदर भी तो न्यू ब्लड वेसल्स आर फॉर्म्ड, देयर न्यू रूट्स विच आर फॉर्म्ड. पहले कुछ ऐसा था कि आपके सिटी के अंदर ये कुछ मेजर रूट्स हैं, दीज आर द मेजर रूट्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन योर सिटी. और ये जो कैंसर स्कार है इट कैन मूव हेयर एंड देयर ओनली. तो जो भी चीज़ें यहाँ पर लोकेटेड थी वो समवाट सेफ थी. जो भी चीज़ें यहाँ पर लोकेटेड है, जिनके घर यहाँ पर हैं, वो अंडर अटैक है. पर जो चीज़ें यहाँ पर लोकेटेड थी वो समवाट सेफ थी. पर सेल ने क्या किया, न्यू ब्लड वेसल बनाने शुरू कर दिए. दे आर न्यू पाथवेज विच आर डेवलप्ड आफ्टर कैंसर. दे आर न्यू ब्लड कैपिलरीज, ब्लड वेसल्स विच आर डेवलप्ड, and they are taking this cell to their wanted area, जहाँ भी उनका मन करे वो जा सकता है. तो एंजियोजेनेसिस के लिए भी गेन ऑफ फंक्शन हो जाएगा. देन इस कार के अंदर इन्वेजन की पावर आ जाती है तो ये मैलिग्नेंट हो जाती है. इन्वेजन का मतलब क्या हुआ, पहला तो था ये कार जो है सिर्फ रोड पे भाग रही है. इन्वेजन का मतलब ये होता है लेट से कार के अंदर से उसकी खिड़कियाँ खुल गई हैं, अब खिड़कियाँ जो हैं वो जो भी सामने आ उनको भी अटैक कर रही हैं. तो इन्वेजन का मतलब हुआ जब भी कोई सेल अपने नियर बाय टिश्यू के अंदर इन्वेड करना शुरू कर दे. सो फॉर मैलिग्नेंसी कैंसर सेल बिकम इन्वेजिव एंड देन इट इज़ गोइंग टू ट्रांसपोर्ट टू डिफरेंट पर्टिकुलर एरिया एंड दैट प्रॉपर्टी इज नोन एज मेटास्टेसिस. तो बच्चों ये एक सीरीज ऑफ आपके म्यूटेशंस हो गए जो एक कैंसर सेल में होना चाहिए. आई टोल्ड यू इन ऑर्डर टू बिकम ए कैंसर्स, इन ऑर्डर टू बिकम कैंसर्स रिक्वायर अ लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट. So a quick revision on the mutation. There should be gain of function in proto-oncogene, loss of function in tumor suppressor gene, loss of function in DNA repair gene, loss of function in apoptotic gene, gain of function in anti-apoptotic gene, and there should be a gain of function in telomerase gene. Please do remember this one. The cell must be invasive and there should be new blood vessels which are formed. तो ये हो गया अबाउट यूर मॉलिक्यूलर बायोलॉजी ऑफ कैंसर. इसमें एक पॉइंट जरूर याद रख लेना, देखो इस पर कई बार क्वेश्चन पूछे गए हैं, बाकी इन जीन्स पे भी क्वेश्चन पूछे जा सकते हैं, इसलिए मैंने एक्सप्लेन कर दिया. हो सकता है वो अगले साल आपसे पूछ ले कि एंटी एपोप्टोटिक जीन का एक्टिविटी कैसा होगा, या एपोप्टोटिक जीन का एक्टिविटी कैसा होगा, या गार्जियन ऑफ जीनोम को क्या हो जाता है. ठीक है. All right, now let me tell you about next will be different next we will be discussing about different type of cancer, then we will be talking about causes of cancer. Next we will be discussing about different types of cancer. All right, you know most of the cancer are of epithelial tissue. About 85% of the all cancers are epithelial tissue, and the cancers of mesodermal tissue is about 1% only. So let us talk about carcinoma, sarcoma, then leukemia and some other type of cancers. Is that clear? So now let us start about different type of cancer. Types of cancer on the basis of their original tissue or origin of tissues. The first type of cancer or the most common type of cancer occurring in humans, that is of epithelial origin, and we call that carcinoma. It is the cancer of epithelial tissue, cancer of epithelial tissue, and that is about 85% of all cancers is carcinoma. 85% of all cancers is carcinoma. Second, we will be talking about sarcoma. Sarcoma is the cancer of mesodermal tissue. Sarcoma, it is the cancer of mesodermal tissue. Generally, it has been said that about 1% of the cancer is sarcoma only. And next, we will be talking about leukemia. That is the cancer of white blood cell. Sarcoma is the cancer of mesodermal tissue, and leukemia is the cancer of white blood cells. It is a cancer of white blood cells. All right, let us learn about the examples of carcinoma. Breast cancer is carcinoma. Cancer of mouth, cancer of pharynx, cancer of larynx, cancer of esophagus, let's call that oral cancer, is carcinoma. Prostate cancer, carcinoma. Gastric cancer, carcinoma. Cancer of colon, carcinoma. Cancer of skin, it is carcinoma. So generally those I told, even the brain cancer, I told you those tissues which are derived from ectoderm, epithelial tissue is derived from ectoderm. Which epithelial tissue? It worth mentioning here, it is ectodermal epithelial tissue. It is ectodermal epithelial tissue. So brain cancer, these all are the examples of your carcinoma. So either there is brain cancer, there is skin cancer, colon cancer, gastric cancer, intestinal cancer, prostate cancer, cervical cancer, breast cancer. These all are the cancer of I should mention here, cancer of skin, myeloma, we call it melanocytes में कैंसर होता है, melanoma, that is the cancer of epithelial tissue. Cervical cancer, that is the cancer of epithelial tissue. तो सिंपली याद रखेंगे वो टिश्यू जो एक्टोडर्मल इन ऑरिजिन है और एपिथेलियम पर है, उन सब के कैंसर जो होते हैं आपके कार्सिनोमा होते हैं. जब मेसोडर्मल की बात करते हैं, बोन कैंसर we call that osteosarcoma. Osteosarcoma, it's a kind of mesodermal tissue cancer. Muscle cancer, cancers in muscle, sarcoma, myosarcoma, तो कैंसर ऑफ बोन, कैंसर ऑफ मसल, इवन लिम्फॉइड कैंसर, इवन कैंसर ऑफ lymph node, lymphoid cancer, these all are the examples of sarcoma, lymphosarcoma. ठीक है बेटा, तो it could be your carcinoma, it could be your sarcoma, and the cancer of blood cell is referred as to leukemia. Classical example of leukemia is chronic myelogenous leukemia. और chronic myelogenous leukemia के अंदर आप ये याद रखना, एक रेसिप्रोकल ट्रांसलोकेशन हो जाता है, रेसिप्रोकल ट्रांसलोकेशन. ओके, इसको ऐसे समझें आप. व्हाट इज रेसिप्रोकल ट्रांसलोकेशन? I am having two chromosome here, and there is set of box of gene here and set of box of gene here. So when this gene is located here, it is working in a very precise way, and when this gene is translocated on the other chromosome, the control of the function is lost. We call that reciprocal translocation, right? Reciprocal translocation in CML, chronic myelogenous leukemia, there is a reciprocal translocation. Between reciprocal translocation, there is a translocation of gene between chromosome number 9 and chromosome number 22. Chromosome number 22 is also known as Philadelphia chromosome. So what happened? There is a gene which we call ABL1 gene on chromosome number 9, and that ABL1 gene is juxtapositioned to BCR gene of chromosome number 22. So on that mutation, after that mutation, there is ABL BCR gene complex which is formed in chromosome number 22, Philadelphia chromosome, and that eventually result in chronic myelogenous leukemia. तो लुकेमिया का पहला एग्जाम्पल याद रखने, क्रोनिक माइलोजिनस लुकेमिया. सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल आप याद रख लेना उसका. द अदर एग्जाम्पल इज बर्किट लिम्फोमा. और बर्किट लिम्फोमा में देयर इज अ रेसिप्रोकल ट्रांसलोकेशन बिटवीन क्रोमोसोम नंबर 8 एंड क्रोमोसोम नंबर 14. इन बर्किट लिम्फोमा there is a reciprocal translocation between between 8 and 14 क्रोमोसोम. तो बच्चे ये कुछ एग्जांपल्स हो गए आपके कैंसर के. इट कुड बी कार्सिनोमा, इट कुड बी सार्कोमा, इट कुड बी लुकेमिया. Now, the most common cancer of the human in world, most common cancer all over the world. The most common cancer all over the world is breast cancer in females and prostate cancer in males. So मेल्स के अंदर प्रोस्टेट कैंसर और फीमेल्स के अंदर ब्रेस्ट कैंसर. दैट इज द मोस्ट कॉमन incidences of cancer all over the world. Normally about millions of people die annually due to cancer. In India, males are the most common type of cancer in males is oral cancer. You know, tobacco, kheni, oral cancer in males. And the females are having uterine cervical cancer. Uterine cervical cancer in females. अगर डेथ रेट की बात करें तो मोस्ट ऑफ द डेथ अकर ड्यू टू लंग कैंसर. अबाउट 31.1% ऑफ मेल्स and 25% of females they dies annually due to lung cancer. They dies annually due to lung cancer. So that is about the type of cancer, carcinoma, sarcoma and leukemia. Then two different example of leukemia is CML and Burkitt lymphoma. Remember the translocation. And the most common incidences of cancer all over the world, breast cancer and prostate cancer are common in female and male. In India, mouth oral cancer. In India, mouth oral cancer and uterine cervical cancer. And the most incidences of death due to cancer is due to lung cancer. Is that clear? Next बच्चे पढ़ते cause of cancer. What are the agents which causes cancer? Then we will be talking about diagnostic technique for cancer and possible treatment of cancer. So let us start about the cause of cancers. The cause of cancer could be physical, they could be chemical, they could be due to certain radiation, could be due to certain genes, and last but not the least could be due to certain viruses. The cause. So let us start about the cause of cancer now. Those agents which have been causing cancer. There can be certain oncogenic transformant which can cause cancer. Cause of cancer, there can be certain oncogenic transformant. These oncogenic transformant include radiation and chemicals. Exposure of radiation or exposure of chemicals can cause cancer. It can actually result in the activation of proto-oncogene in an abnormal way that they become oncogene. Oncogenic transformation result in the activation of proto-oncogene into oncogenes. And when proto-oncogenes stimulated, adversely stimulated, they become oncogenes, and those oncogenes are resulting in cancer. Talking about radiation, there could be ionizing radiation like X-ray and gamma rays, and there could be non-ionizing radiation like UV rays. Non-ionizing like UV rays, these radiation can cause cancer. These radiation can cause the activation of proto-oncogenes into oncogenes. Remember, the population of Japan is still about 5 times more prone to get leukemia than rest of the world. You better know that during the Second World War that Japanese were being exposed to that cancer thing. ठीक है? Then we will be making a list of chemicals which has been causing cancer later on. Other one could be tumor promoters. There are certain factors which use the growth of tumor promoters. There could be certain growth factors which has been promoting tumor, and there could be certain hormones which actually promote the growth of tumor. In hormone, you can remember about estrogen. Axis of estrogen has been linked with breast cancer, and axis of testosterone has been linked with prostate cancer. So in the causative agent, there could be oncogenic transformants. Oncogenic transformants can include chemical and radiation. There could be certain tumor promoter, and there could be certain tumor viruses. There could be certain tumor viruses which causes cancer. In tumor viruses, first we will be learning about HSV-4 virus, human simplex virus type 4, that has been related with remember that it is Epstein-Barr virus, and it has been linked with Burkitt lymphoma. This virus has been linked by Burkitt lymphoma, translocation between chromosome number 14 and 8. I just explained that thing. Then HIV virus, it has been linked. HIV virus has been linked with Kaposi sarcoma. HIV virus has been linked with Kaposi sarcoma. Next, you can remember Rossella virus. Rossella virus has been linked with the cancer in chicken. Rossella virus, it has been linked with cancer in chicken. And last but not the least, remember about murine virus. Murine virus, it has been linked with cancer in mice. Cancer in mice. And how you can forget about human papilloma virus. Human papilloma virus is having incidences with cervical cancer. It has been related with cervical cancer. So there are certain oncogenic transformant which can cause cancer. Radiation, chemical, I will be just making a list of chemical. Tumor promoter like growth factors and hormone which can cause cancer, and tumor viruses which can cause cancer. So let us make a list of chemicals which is generally resulting in cancer in case of human. There are certain chemicals which has been common cause of there are certain chemicals which are common cause of cancer of lungs, skin, liver, prostate gland, vagina. Even I will be telling you certain benzene case. Benzene is major cause of the bone marrow and blood cancer. So let us make a list of chemicals which has been involved in the cancer of human. List of chemicals causing cancer to human. Oncogenic transformant का ही part होगा ये. That those chemicals which has been resulting in the cancer of different part, right? So list of chemicals. List of carcinogenic or cancer causing chemicals. So here I will be mentioning the name of chemical and here organ affected. First I am telling you about soot and coal tar. Soot and coal tar, they are the major causative agent for they have been linked with skin and lung cancer. Soot and coal tar, they are linked with skin and lung cancer. This coal tar is chemically 3,4-benzopyrene. This coal tar is chemically 3,4-benzopyrene. So they have been linked with skin and lung cancer. Then chemical like cigarette smoke, chemical like mustard gas, chemical like asbestos, they are purely for lung cancer. Cigarette smoke, mustard gas or called that sulfur mustard, and asbestos, they are linked with lung cancer. They are the major causative agent of lung cancer. Sometimes you might be asked what is the component of cigarette smoke which is causing cancer. N-nitrosodimethylene. N-nitrosodimethylene present in cigarette smoke is major causative agent of lung cancer. Is that clear? Then there are certain which cause lungs as well as larynx. The compound of nickel and compound of chromium, they are linked to be the causative agent of cancer to lungs and larynx. Nickel and chromium compounds, they are related with the cancer of lungs as well as larynx. Is that clear? There are more as well. I will be telling you those which are causing cancer to liver, those which are causing cancer to vagina, and other one. Then those which are causing cancer to liver, those there are certain fungus metabolite or mold metabolite called as alpha toxin and vinyl chloride. They are the one which has been associated with liver cancer. Alpha toxin a mold metabolite, or let's call that fungal metabolite, as well as vinyl chloride that is associated to cause liver cancer. Diethylstilbestrol, diethylstilbestrol, a synthetic form of estrogen. It was being used by certain women. It has been regarded or it has been related with vaginal cancer. Diethylstilbestrol has been related with vaginal cancer. Similarly, cadmium oxide is related with prostate cancer. Cadmium oxide is related with prostate cancer. Toxicity of benzene result in the cancer of blood and bone marrow. Benzene toxicity result in the cancer of blood and bone marrow. And last but not the least, toxicity of arsenic result in the cancer of skin. Arsenic is also involved to be related with the cancer of liver and lungs. Arsenic is also involved to be toxic to our liver and lungs. So there are list of certain agents, chemical agents which has been involved in the cancer of different organ. We have discussed about soot and coal tar which are related with skin and lungs. Then there are three major agents which has been toxic to our lungs. The first one was cigarette smoking, second is your mustard gas, third is your asbestos. Alpha toxin and vinyl chloride toxic to your liver. Cadmium oxide, prostate cancer. Diethylstilbestrol, vaginal cancer. Then toxicity of benzene and toxicity of arsenic. Moreover, there is a physical, if we talk about physical agents as well, in physical agents radiation आ गया था. There is a pot of clay which we call Kangdi, clay pot. That clay pot was being used by certain Kashmiris. कश्मीर के अंदर टेम्परेचर कम रहता है तो वो एक क्ले का पोट के अंदर कुछ कोयले वगैरह भर के रख लेते हैं अपने एब्डोमेन के पास ताकि कुछ हीट मिल सके टू द बॉडी. That clay pot is also related with the cancer of skin. The Kangdi, it has been related with skin cancer. इसको फिजिकल एजेंट में मेंशन कर देना, राइट. इवन जिनके शार्प टीथ होते हैं उनको बोलते हैं जैग्ड टीथ. जो जैग टीथ होते हैं they are related with the cancer of tongue. They are related with tongue cancer. So there are certain agents. It could be a mutant virus. It could be a mutant. It could be certain chemical. It could be physical agent. Those which has been reported to cause cancer in humans. Is that clear? So here we complete the causes of cancer, the physical causes, the chemical causes, and the viral causes. Concept of proto-oncogene and oncogene. Proto-oncogenes, once stimulated in an abnormal way, they become oncogenes. Cancer causing agents are referred simply as to carcinogen. ठीक है बेटा. अब तक हमने पढ़ लिया है what is cancer, difference between normal cell and cancer cell, then what is the type of tumor, then I told you about molecular biology of cancer, then I told you about different type of cancer and cancer causing agent. अब पढ़ेंगे हम diagnosis of cancer, how cancer has been diagnosed and what are the possible treatment of cancer. So let us start with the next topic, diagnosis of cancer. Cancer could be diagnosed by doing histopathological study, or it could be diagnosed by imaging technique, or it could be diagnosed with the help of certain monoclonal antibodies. It could be diagnosed with the help of certain monoclonal antibodies. Alright, so now we are going to discuss about the diagnostic technique for cancer. Diagnosis of cancer. See, early diagnosis of cancer help us to prevent the progression of disease, and early diagnostic cancer is able to be, it is treatable. Nowadays we used to study a lot of reports where there is early diagnosis of cancer and that was being controlled. Later diagnosis of cancer, you can control the progression in a little bit way, but that is not able to treat. So we used to say first stage of cancer, second stage of cancer and third stage of cancer. So for the diagnosis of cancer, we are having certain histopathological studies, and then we are having certain radiation or imaging technique by which we can diagnose cancer, or we are having certain modern techniques for the diagnostic of cancer. So I will be telling you, first diagnosis of cancer could be done by blood test. In case of blood cancer, a blood test can also give you an idea about blood cancer. There are certain marker protein which has been increased in a blood cancer, and the classical example is alpha fetoprotein. So in blood test, alpha fetoprotein we have discussed earlier on as well, which is a major precursor of all the plasma protein in our major plasma protein in our body. Alpha fetoprotein is used as a marker, in blood diagnostic cancer. In diagnostic of blood cancer, blood test, obviously there would be increased number of WBC. Abnormally increased number of WBC is referred as to blood cancer. When the number goes 2 lakh per cubic mm, we actually consider that condition as cancer. Then there is certain biopsy test. Biopsy is the histopathological study of a living tissue. Biopsy test or histopathological study of a living tissue. ऑटोप्सी पढ़ाया था कि आपको जो डेड टिश्यू है, जब उसको पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट पढ़ते हैं तो उसको ऑटोप्सी कहते हैं. बायोप्सी टेस्ट इज हिस्टोपैथोलॉजिकल स्टडी ऑफ ए टिश्यू. टेक अ स्मीयर ऑन स्लाइड, smear of defective tissue on slide, and then do the study. Either there is I can say karyoplasmic index is increased, nucleus is abnormal, lysosome number is increased, mitochondrial history is lesser, and so on. Next, आप इसमें ये भी ऐड कर लेना, एक टेस्ट होता है पैप स्मीयर टेस्ट. पैप स्मीयर टेस्ट is a test which is used for the diagnostic of cervical cancer. It's a specific test here. Then for the diagnostic of breast cancer, there is another technique in which the defective tissue has been the defective tissue sample has been aspired by a very fine needle. We call that fine needle aspiration cytology. So कोई भी जो सिस्ट वगैरह है या जो ब्रेस्ट ट्यूमर या सिस्ट जो होता है, उसको विद द फाइन नीडल पंचर करेंगे, थोड़ा टिश्यू कलेक्ट करेंगे और फिर उसको हिस्टोपैथोलॉजिकल स्टडी में डाल देंगे. So could be with the help of blood test, could be with the help of biopsy test, and could be with the help of fine needle aspiration cytology. Then fourth comes imaging technique. The fourth way to diagnose a cancer, my markers are going down today. Their imaging technique. In imaging technique, you can use certain ionizing or non-ionizing radiation in order to make a three-dimensional image of the tissue. In imaging technique, you can remember about X-ray, no fun in telling how X-ray is done, or computed tomography. Computed tomography is the other word for CT scan, tomography or CT scan. In computed tomography, ionized radiation is used to make a 3D structure or 3D image of the tissue. So it could be CT scan, it could be X-ray, or it could be magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. It could be the safest one, the safest imaging technique for a cancer is magnetic resonance imaging technique. About 1 to 15 megahertz magnetic waves has been used. No, sorry. आप अभी याद रखें. In MRI, generally magnetic. It is a technique for the development of an image of internal organ using magnetic waves and non-ionizing waves like gamma waves. and it also develop a 3D image. जनरली जो हार्ड टिश्यू है उसके लिए आप एक्सरे यूज़ करते हैं, जो सॉफ्ट टिश्यू है उसके लिए आप MRI यूज़ करते हैं. तो इमेजिंग टेक्निक में आपका आ जाएगा एक्सरेज, CT स्कैन और MRI. अगर पूछा जाए सेफेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी कौन सा होता है तो यू विल आंसर इट इज़ MRI. नेक्स्ट, फिर एक बार डस्टर देना. फिर नेक्स्ट होगा वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट some modern technology or there are certain modern technique use of certain specific monoclonal antibody also help to detect the cancer. Modern technique, the imaging technique के बाद next लिखेंगे modern techniques. And which modern techniques are there? In modern techniques use of certain monoclonal antibodies. तो कोई भी कैंसर सेल अगर बॉडी के अंदर है तो ये स्पेसिफिक मोनोक्लोनल एंटीबॉडी जाके बाइंड कर जाएंगी. और क्लासिकल एग्जांपल है मोनोक्लोनल एंटीबॉडी का हर्सेप्टिन. जो हर्सेप्टिन मोनोक्लोनल एंटीबॉडी होता है, हर्सेप्टिन, दैट इज मेंट फॉर द डायग्नोस्टिक ऑफ ब्रेस्ट कैंसर. दैट इज मेंट फॉर द डायग्नोस्टिक ऑफ ब्रेस्ट कैंसर. So what are the possible diagnostic technique for cancer? First you will remember blood analysis, then second technique is biopsy, third technique histopathological studies, then you can do fine needle aspiration cytology, then you can do imaging technique, and last but not the least there are certain modern technique like use of monoclonal antibody, and these monoclonal antibodies has been labeled with a radioactive compound, labeled with radioactive compound in order to analyze their binding on a photographic film. So these monoclonal antibody are labeled with a radioactive compound, so the binding of, for example, if somebody is having those defected cell on the breast, these monoclonal antibody would go and bind there, and their binding can be analyzed by this radioactive compound. Generally phosphorus 31 has been used there, but you don't have to remember this. So बच्चे ये हो गया डायग्नोस्टिक ऑफ कैंसर के बारे में. फिर अगर मैं सिम्टम्स ऑफ कैंसर की बात करूँ, मैं दिखवा नहीं रहा हूँ, सिर्फ बता रहा हूँ. इन द सिम्टम्स ऑफ कैंसर ऑब्वियसली आपको एक अनकंट्रोल मास ऑफ सेल मिल जाएगा. पेशेंट को अगर लंग कैंसर है तो ही वुड बी हैविंग डिफ़िकल्टी इन ब्रीदिंग. ओरल कैंसर है तो कुछ आपके वाइट पैचेस बनने शुरू हो जाते हैं इन द माउथ. इसोफेजियल कैंसर पे भी वाइट पैचेस बन जाते हैं. स्किन कैंसर पे पैचेस बनेंगे स्किन में. देन लो ग्रेड फीवर रहता है, अननोन रीज़न ऑफ फैटिग रहता है. उसके बाद अगर मैं और बात बताऊं कि ब्लड वगैरह आना शुरू हो जाता है. वजाइनल ब्लीडिंग इज़ वेरी कॉमन, अदर देन मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल ब्लीडिंग इज़ देयर. देन इरेगुलर बाउल मूवमेंट्स होंगे, गैस्ट्रिक प्रॉब्लम होगा, डाइजेस्टिव प्रॉब्लम होगा. liver cancer is also liver and pancreatic cancer is also regulated with that abnormal gastric problem. उसके बाद ओपनिंग ऑफ वुंड्स होना शुरू हो जाता है स्किन पे, बिना इंजरी के आपको ब्लीडिंग तक होनी शुरू हो जाएगी. तो दीज आर द कॉमन साइन एंड सिम्टम ऑफ कैंसर. नाउ द लास्ट वन, व्हाट आर द पॉसिबल ट्रीटमेंट फॉर ए कैंसर. इन द पॉसिबल ट्रीटमेंट पहला आपके पास होगा सर्जिकल मेथड कि भाई जो भी इफेक्टेड, अगर वो मेटाजेनेसिस नहीं है उसको हम कैंसर नहीं कहते, उसको ट्यूमर कहते हैं, नॉन कैंसर है वो, तो आप सर्जिकल रिमूवल ऑफ टिश्यू कर सकते हैं. उसके बाद आप कर सकते हैं यूज़ ऑफ सर्टेन कीमोथेरेपी इज़ देयर, यूज़ ऑफ सर्टेन रेडिएशन इज़ देयर. तो रेडियोथेरेपी एंड कीमोथेरेपी, सर्जरी फॉलोड बाय रेडियोथेरेपी एंड कीमोथेरेपी. Later on we can also use certain biological modifiers like alpha interferons for to control the progression of cancer and to allow the cancer cell to be detected by our immune system. So now coming on the treatment for the control of cancer, the last part of cancer. I know that lecture is going to be really long, but we don't have other option. I was thinking कि दो अलग अलग पार्ट बनाता हूँ, पर दो अलग अलग पार्ट में भी चीज़ें कॉम्प्लिकेट हो ही जाती. कुछ बच्चे एक वीडियो देख के दूसरा वीडियो छोड़ ही देते हैं, तो इसलिए आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक ऑल द थिंग इन अ सिंगल वीडियो. पॉसिबल ट्रीटमेंट्स ऑफ कैंसर. एंड व्हाट आर द पॉसिबल ट्रीटमेंट. द फर्स्ट ट्रीटमेंट इज सर्जरी. बाय सर्जरी द डिफेक्टेड टिश्यूज, those defective tissues has been removed. Surgical removal of defective tissue without harming the nearby tissue. Surgical removal of defective tissue without harming the nearby tissue, right? Then comes radiotherapy. In radiotherapy, lethal radiation, defective tissues has been exposed to lethal radiation. Defective tissue, they have been exposed to lethal radiation. Obviously जो डिफेक्टेड टिश्यू होगा उसके अंदर डीएनए सिंथेसिस तेज हो रही होती है, और जिस सेल में ज़्यादा तेज डीएनए सिंथेसिस होगा, क्विक डीएनए सिंथेसिस हो रहा होगा, दे आर इजिली एक्सपोज टू radiotherapy and they have been easily killed by radiotherapy. Lethal radiation. In radiotherapy, you can use X-ray, gamma ray and UV rays. In radiotherapy, ionized or non-ionized rays both are used. Moreover, certain radioactive compounds are also used, like iodine 131. This thing worth remembrance. It has been used, a radioactive form of iodine 131, it has been used for the treatment of thyroid cancer. Radon 220 and cobalt 60 is also used to treat lung cancer. So there are certain radioactive isotopes which has been used to treat cancer along with radiotherapy. In radiotherapy, remember that जो आपके एक्सपोज टिश्यू है वो लिथली एक्सपोज किए जाते हैं, और रेडिएशन उनको जल्दी से किल इसलिए कर देता है क्योंकि उनके अंदर क्विक डीएनए सिंथेसिस हो रहा है, सेल डिवीजन हो रहा है. देन रेडियोथेरेपी के साथ साथ द थर्ड मेथड और थर्ड पॉसिबल ट्रीटमेंट इज कीमोथेरेपी. कीमोथेरेपी इंक्लूड अ ग्रुप ऑफ ड्रग विच हैज़ बीन गिवन टू कैंसर पेशेंट. कीमोथेरेपी के साइड इफेक्ट होते हैं, लॉस ऑफ मेमोरी हो जाता है, लॉस ऑफ हेयर्स वेरी कॉमन है, even anemia very common hai. In chemotherapy, there is a set of drug which has been given and they are mainly mitotic inhibitor. They inhibit the cell division or DNA synthesis in the cell. They mainly inhibit the DNA synthesis. In chemotherapy, remember vincristine and vinblastine. These are two set of drug which has been extracted from the plant Catharanthus roseus, from the plant Catharanthus roseus. इसको एंटी कैंसर प्लांट भी कहते हैं. Taxol, the most important one, the most common one, it is from the Taxa buccata. Taxa buccata. What these drugs do? These drugs inhibit mainly Taxol. It is a mitotic inhibitor. Inhibit cell division and DNA synthesis. So these drugs are very helpful in order to control the progression of cancer cell. Normally surgery, radiotherapy and chemotherapy, they have been given. There is a combined therapy in which surgery, radiotherapy and chemotherapy is given. The fourth way to control is use of certain immunological activator, immunological activator like alpha interferons, like please remember alpha, not beta and gamma, alpha interferons. Generally जो cancer cell है, they are not detected by our immune system. The major problem is that cancer cells are not detected by immune system. Alpha interferons stimulate our immunity. They are simply known as biological effectors. They stimulate our immunity and they enable the detection of cancer cell very easily by our immune system. And nowadays monoclonal antibodies are also used. Nowadays monoclonal antibodies are also used for the treatment of cancer. Monoclonal antibodies. So when we come on the treatment part, we are having surgery, the first option. Radiotherapy is the second option. In radiotherapy, along with radioactive components, in radiotherapy, X-ray, gamma rays and UV rays, the ionizing and non-ionizing rays are used in radiotherapy. Certain radioactive compounds are also used for the specific cancers. Chemotherapy, vincristine, vinblastine, Taxol, these are the commonly known chemotherapy, these are the commonly known anti-cancer drug. Normally surgery, radiotherapy and chemotherapy are used in a combined form. The Taxol is a mitotic inhibitor and it inhibits the cell division and DNA synthesis. Vincristine and vinblastine are mainly used for the treatment of leukemia. Vincristine and vinblastine are mainly used for the treatment of leukemia. They also work on the same principle, mitotic inhibitor. Then we are having certain immunological activator like alpha interferons, and these are the biologically effector molecule which once injected in the body can activate our immune system, and they allow the easy detection of cancer cell by the immune system. Last but not the least, there would be monoclonal antibodies. आप याद रखना, cancer also run in families. Cancer also run in families. Cancer could be genetically inherited as well. So for example, there was a parent and he was having lung cancer. He was a smoker, a chain smoker, and he was having lung cancer. There are so many chances that those defected genes could be inherited to the next one. तो मेनली ससेप्टिबिलिटी ज़्यादा होती है, इसलिए लोगों को सजेस्ट किया जाता है कि आप जो भी ये कैंसर कार्सिनोजेनिक एजेंट्स हैं इनसे एक्सपोज ना हो, इनसे दूर रहें, आपको कैंसर होने के ज़्यादा चांसेस हैं. अ पॉपुलेशन इज हैविंग मोर चांसेस ऑफ गेटिंग कैंसर देन अदर पॉपुलेशन, बिकॉज आई एम टेलिंग यू कैंसर आल्सो रन इन genes, cancer also run in families. So student, that was the lecture of cancer, little bit lengthy one, but no issue. But first you watch that lecture, then read your NCERT, and major topic of NCERT should be very clear. Is that clear? Today we have finished our immunology part. I will be sending you assignment today, and next the last part of chapter is drug abuse and drug addiction. That would be covered in 3, 4, 5 lectures. So tomorrow you might be having 2 short lectures, like 2 different lectures which are half an hour, 40 minutes. This is all for today. Take care. If any doubt come, please text me on my WhatsApp. Thank you. Class is dismissed.